Freediving Championships. I'm your host, Benjamin Zions, and this is Day 1, Act 3 of what's sure to be another fantastic edition of Vertical Blue Freediving here in the Bahamas. Our first athlete of the third act is Anna von Botice, and she'll be attempting the German constant weight record of 80 meters. Announced dive time is 2 minutes and 50 seconds. This would actually be 1 meter less than her personal best, so a dive that we're hoping she has in the bag, a dive Anna is hoping she has in the bag, and a dive that most all of our German viewers who are watching this broadcast will be rooting for Anna, no doubt. We've got 30 seconds left till official top, meaning the start time of Anna's dive. 20 seconds. Sam Trubridge calling the action from the platform. For those of you out there unfamiliar with the event, Sam Trubridge, William Trubridge's brother, Will Trubridge being a double world record holding freediver, and unassisted depth diving without fins, no fins freediving, and then also free immersion diving. This is sort of Will's local playground here in Dean's Blue Hole, and Anna von Botice is about to attempt the German national record of 80 meters here at Dean's Blue Hole.
Von Botice, Germany, constant weight, 80 meters, 2 minutes and 50 seconds, national record attempt.
So you can see the safety team gripping the line. And this is something that's very interesting for all you divers out there at home. There's so much information that can be gained during a dive by just feeling the line with your fingers while the diver descends. So as a safety or as a coach at the surface, you can almost tell exactly where the diver is at what point during the dive, just simply by feeling the line. And as you can see right now, Anna enters into the sink phase of her dive. She has one arm out extended, gliding her arm along the line. Not only does she have the lanyard that connects her to the line, but she also uses her hand as a reference point to help her in her descent. Passing 53 meters.
1 minute.
The Dutch athlete is originally from Germany. And she turns early. 70 meters. Short, no tag. Anna von Botice. The national record will not be done today. Kicking hard for the surface, hands by the sides. This is a little bit more relaxed position for divers out there. Not quite as streamlined. It definitely helps to facilitate relaxation, prevent against lung injury. She's cooking really hard to the surface, making excellent time. Maybe a little bit of nerves on the first day of the competition here. As you can see, the safety divers there by her side, making sure that she safely ascends to the surface. Anna breaking the surface, removing the nose clip, removing the fluid goggles, and giving the OK signal. So, no national record today. Short, early turn at 70 meters for Anna von Botice. Nonetheless, a terrific dive from the Dutch athlete. I'm sure she'll be back this week to try again. This competition runs over 9 days, with each athlete attempting 6 dives in 3 different disciplines. And those 3 different disciplines are constant weight. And for those of you at home asking, well, what is constant weight? What does that mean? Constant weight means that you're descending on a single breath of air, that's free diving, under your own power, with the use, traditionally, of a monofin or a fin. The weight, which is constant, meaning the weight belt, or some cases the neck weight, most cases the neck weight that the athlete uses, must be taken with you to depth and then also return to the surface, okay? So we used to practice something, and athletes still practice in training, variable weight. And the variable would be that you descend with the weight, and then you leave the weight at the bottom, and then you swim up without the weight. Now, every discipline that we do during the week here at Vertical Blue is going to be constant weight, meaning the athletes, when they descend, must take the weight that they have on with them, generally weight which offsets the buoyancy of their wetsuit, their lung volume, and their body type, with them to depth, and then return with that same portion of weight to the surface. Now, we also can descend free immersion, and free immersion simply means that you can descend in any way you want, as long as you're not wearing fins. Now, some athletes in the past have descended free immersion and actually done no fins dives. Will Trubridge has been known to do this and has actually won competitions doing no fins, making the dive much more demanding. But typically, a free immersion dive is done not wearing fins and pulling down the rope. And then the last discipline, the most difficult, physically demanding discipline, is the one that Samo Jurenko from Slovenia is about to attempt currently. And that's constant weight without fins, so no fins diving as it's more typically called. And this is by far the most physically demanding form of diving, and this is where Samo will attempt to swim unassisted down to depth, utilizing a modified breaststroke frog kick similar to what you see from breaststroke divers in the pool, down to depth and to the surface. And Samo is attempting a very, very bold dive here, constant no fins to 78 meters in a dive time of 2 minutes and 55 seconds. And this is going to be a national record for Slovenia. Samo's a tremendous athlete, great equalization potential, very strong swimmer, and I think Samo's going to have a great chance to pull off this dive. We're going to cut to the beach now for a live interview. Be back with you in just a moment. We're having a little bit of trouble finding our interviewee on the beach, so you're going to spend a little more time here with me. Samo Jurenko from Slovenia, constant no fins attempt to 78 meters. This is the national record attempt for Slovenia. Samo is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, great diver. Looking forward to seeing him make a run at the podium here at Vertical Blue. I believe Samo has attended this event first time to the Bahamas, so we're going to see how Samo can fare, how he can handle the nerves on freediving center stage. As always, we'd like to thank our main sponsor, OriginECN Trading World, for hosting this beautiful event here in the Bahamas. We finally found our interviewee. We're going to cut over to the beach. I'll be back with you in just a moment.
See her?
No,
so
I didn't see her.
So clean.
Really?
Much cleaner than Alicia. Like, just like clean.
Wow, so strong.
Marco was like, Sam was like.
Wow.
Hey Tomoka.
Hi.
So tell us, how many times have you been here at Vertical Blue?
I think 6 times. Yeah.
And what do you think about having the Diveye here following you on your dives?
A little bit feels weird. The yellow thing is.
2 minutes.
Yeah, it's your buddy. It's like a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
dive minion.
Uh-huh.
So tell us what happened on your dive today. You were attempting 100, which
Yes.
I've seen you do before, but what happened today?
Actually, before the diving, when I was laid down, the water is coming inside my nose, so my sinus is stuck, so I couldn't equalize, so I decided to go up.
Smart decision.
Yes.
Good decision.
Yeah.
So tell me what you're hoping for out of Vertical Blue. Are you going to compete in all of the disciplines or just one?
Just constant weight.
Just constant weight.
Mhm.
This is your favorite.
Yes.
Okay. So most people ask us the question, what do the divers eat for breakfast? What did you eat for breakfast?
This morning I ate rice bowl.
Rice ball?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. That's
Okay. You heard it here, folks. Tomoka Fukuda. You want to dive to 100 meters, you have to have rice balls for breakfast. Anyway, we're probably going to throw back over to the platform. But again, thank you for tuning in to OriginECN Vertical Blue. This is our 10th anniversary, and we're super stoked to be here. There's going to be amazing diving all week. The Diveye is capturing it. We want to say thank you to Sunto and the Bahamas for sponsoring, along with OriginECN. And stay tuned because it's going to be an exciting week.
All right, back to the action. Samo Jurenko about to attempt 78 meters, no fins, from Slovenia. This is a national record attempt. Official top in 30 seconds.
10 seconds.
Samo assisted by his girlfriend.
5, 4,
Many of these
3,
athletes
2, 1. Official top.
with the
Last
partnership
one,
or help of a
2,
girlfriend, coach,
3, 4, 5.
positioning them before their dive so they can maintain total relaxation. As you can see, moving the flotation device from Samo.
Slovenia.
Samo,
Constant weight, no fins,
very
78
tall,
meters,
very lanky, very
2 minutes and
lean.
55 seconds. National record.
He's got a great build for constant weight, no fins. And as you can see, Samo, like I discussed, using that modified breaststroke frog kick to propel him to depth.
20 meters.
Some of the camera crew here at Vertical Blue capturing the action on Samo's descent. And generally around 25 to 30 meters in no fins to conserve energy. This is where most athletes will enter into their free fall. Utilizes a lot more energy swimming with no fins than the other disciplines. So what happens is equalization can become a much more difficult issue. And so we're going to see if Samo can power through that and make it to depth and then make it back to the surface safely. Looking very comfortable, looking very relaxed. 51 meters. Tall Slovenian passing 60 meters. Can Samo bring this national record home for Slovenia? 65 meters. The plate's within sight, 68. Looks like he'll have no problem making the depth. 74. 75. Here's the candy cane. Samo touches down, looking controlled, looking relaxed, attaches the tag to his weight belt, gives a little bit of a pull, and starts his ascent. The long arms of Samo really helping in his ascent. You can see he doesn't utilize a full streamlined position on his ascent. A little bit wide with the hands, but that helps in relaxation, saving energy. Samo still strong at 57 meters. This is where the light starts to return back to the blue hole. You can see one of the training lines in the background.
50 meters.
Samo looking good, 50 meters. First safety meeting him at 30 meters. Samo looking good. .24 meters. This is where the buoyancy really starts to become a bit more positive, and Samo can start to take a little bit more glide in his strokes, working his way to the surface. Safety's keeping a close eye on him. This is a very physically demanding discipline, constant weight, no fins. Big dive from Samo. We've already seen Dean Schausch, 80 meters, and then we had a red card, Alexei Molchanov, which may be protested this afternoon. Samo, big hook breath at the surface. He's looking solid. He takes the nose clip off. He gives the okay signal. And Samo weaves his way through his surface protocol. The Slovenian athlete looking very strong at the surface, waiting for the white card from the judges. Will they give it to him? Will this be a Slovenian national record for Samo Jurenko? Just waiting on the judge's decision. Shows the tag. Gets the white card. A new national record for Slovenia. 78 meters, Samo Jurenko. So next up to dive, Elise Medulla from France will be attempting constant weight, 78 meters, in a dive time of 2 minutes and 25 seconds. We're going to cut back over to the beach for a short interview, and then we'll be here to catch Elise's dive.
Hey, welcome back to OriginECN Vertical Blue 2018. We're here at the beach. We're here with Alessia La Macchina Zecchini, and she just did a beautiful dive to 103 meters, constant weight.
Yeah, it was very nice dive. Good for the first day.
Good for the first day. So, tell me what you're hoping for this week.
I hope to do good performance and to enjoy it like in the trainings.
Yeah, it's a fun event. So, how many times have you been here?
The second time, and it's an amazing place.
Yeah. So, everybody wants to know what the divers are eating for breakfast. What did you have for breakfast?
Bread and ham and cheese.
Bread and ham and cheese.
Yes, and tea.
And tea.
Yes.
We see Simon Bennett of Chile is laughing. I wonder what he had for breakfast. That's right. Whatever Alessia's eating, 103 meters, everybody's eating.
Also, Vincenzo is the same, so it's working good.
It's working well.
Yeah.
So, which is your favorite, Alessia? Which discipline?
I like a lot free immersion, and I will do free immersion next dive.
Okay. Next dive, free immersion.
Yeah.
Okay, little surprise maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, we'll see.
Maybe.
Okay. Thank you for talking to us, Alessia.
Thank you
Do you want to say hello to everybody in Italy?
Yeah, of course. Ciao a tutti.
Ciao tutti. Freedivers Italia. Back to the platform.
Aloha everyone, and welcome back to the action. I'm Ben Zions, your host here from Maui, Hawaii, here at the OriginECN Trading World Vertical Blue Freediving Championships in its 10th edition here in the Bahamas. Fantastic event already. We've had a couple of national records, a world record attempt by one of my favorite divers in the event, Jessie Liu. She came up a little bit short today, but we're hoping that she'll be back to try some dives later on this week, and then maybe she can, take that national or take that world record home to China with her before the event finishes up. Right now we have Elise Medulla doing a 78 meter constant weight dive. Elise is breathing up, looking really relaxed and comfortable. French athletes are very, very strong this year. We've got a host of athletes from France that are all here to set national records, looking very strong. You can see the wind starting to kick up a little bit this afternoon. So we've got some of the coaches and teammates of these French athletes helping them out to keep them in position. The beauty of the blue hole here at Dean's is that it's protected by a shallow sandbar on one side, and then almost on 270 degrees it's protected by a steep rock cliff that's about 45 to 50 feet high, so about 10 to 15 meters in height, and it really blocks the predominant amount of wind which comes from the same direction most every day here on Long Island. Again, water temperatures in the high 80s, or water temperatures in the low 80s, air temperatures in the high 80s. Just fantastic conditions for freediving. Two minutes till the official start of Elise Medulla's dive to 78 meters. We still have one more national record on tap in store today. The Andrew Kvetch from the Ukraine, attempting a no fins dive to 66 meters later on this afternoon. His dive is going to be done in a dive time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Pretty solid pace for that individual. And I'm joined here in the booth now by Francesca, Vertical Blue's marketing manager, director of sponsorship. She'll be giving us a little bit of help during the broadcast throughout the week from the beach and also here from the Diveye platform.
It's been an amazing first day, Benjamin. So many cool dives.
1 minute.
A lot of variation in the weather, but got to be ready and expect anything.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the weather here, we're very fortunate in that it doesn't play a huge role in the diving. A place like where I'm from in Hawaii and teach most of my courses and do my diving and training, we have open ocean current and swells and waves. And here at Dean's Blue Hole, even with a solid maybe 10 to 15 mile an hour wind, it has very, very little impact on the dive site. So these athletes can still perform at their highest levels quite easily.
So Elise Medulla of France is in a purple suit,
20 seconds.
and 20 seconds before her dive entry, she's being coached by Remy Dubern. And Elise and Remy are part of what we
10
affectionately
seconds.
call the French Mafia, started by Guillaume Neri.
Yeah, so Remy's a fantastic diver. I can't wait to see his no fins performances later on this week. Sure he has some big numbers in store for us as well.
2, 3.
Right now acting as the coach for Elise Medulla. She removes the flotation, begins her descent.
There she goes. Nice clean entry, no wasted energy. Got her monofin completely under the water before she began propelling herself.
And so for a lot of beginner freedivers out there, that's a very important thing to understand, is submerging the fins completely at the start of your descent. And so when you're flapping that fin, or both your fins if you're using bifins still around on the surface, you're really you're not utilizing the fin to its maximum potential, therefore a lot of loss of energy. And when you start approaching depths like these athletes here in competition of world national record depths, you really need to maximize your efficiency to its full capability. So, really studying the entry techniques during the live broadcast this week and give you a lot of information to help your own diving at home.
Yeah, and you don't even need to be in depth to practice. It's a simple duck dive training you can do in the pool. Work on your duck dive, and then you'll have a clean, efficient entry.
Yeah, something that's often overlooked by a lot of athletes is the entry technique. It's really repetition that can create success in that. So we have Elise Medulla passing 68 meters, 10 more meters to go.
70 meters.
Constant weight dive to 78 meters, 4 meters to the plate. Can she make it? Will her equalization hold?
There she is. Candy
There you
cane
go. She grabs the
tag,
tag.
already on the way back. And you'll notice, folks who are watching, that many of the divers will start their return with their arms down, and now Elise has put her arms up. They're trying to maximize prevention of any type of squeeze injury when they're really down deep. It's a really preventative and smart way to approach the return ascent.
And so for those of you who are wondering what lung squeeze is, you have different tissues in your body, and certain tissues are more flexible than other tissues, and your lungs are very, very elastic in their tissue structure. And so when you descend the depth, they compress greatly, and if the tissue ruptures in any way, you can have blood that will enter into those capillaries, and so basically it's a form of pulmonary edema. And by moving in awkward positions underwater, meaning having the arms overhead or stressing the upper portion of the torso, you can increase the likelihood of potential squeeze.
And here's Elise back at the surface. She's removed her facial equipment, signaling, saying she's okay, waiting for a card from the judges.
She's even got a little seaweed on her head.
Yeah, she, Siren of the Sea.
Siren of the Sea. I think that's going to be a white card. That was a really strong performance by
And
the
she's
French
giving
athlete.
a little shaka. Shout out to Hawaii.
Yeah, perfect. They love to see
She
that.
has her tag. She looks happy. She looks relaxed. All right, white card.
Great dive by Elise. Looking forward to seeing some more big dives out of her this week.
Now, I've been on the platform all day, so I don't know if you mentioned this, Benjamin, but Elise is wearing one of these very cool new neck weights that a lot of the athletes seem to be donning this year. It's no longer just an inner tube with lead shot in it. It is actually designed and manufactured for freedivers to be comfortable, to be flexible, and it actually has built-in Velcro so people don't lose their tags.
Yeah, so that's something that I haven't highlighted. There's definitely different weighting systems that are utilized by different athletes. Some athletes still prefer to wear the belt style weight, which is more traditionally popular. And then we have athletes with the neck weights, and what Francesca is highlighting is that there's this new, I think it's Xiaobo,
I think that's right.
neck weight that's been used traditionally in the pool, but now athletes are starting to modify them to use them for depth as well. And what I've taken away from them as a freediver myself is that they're very streamlined and allowing these athletes to move through the water in a much more efficient manner.
And now we see a shot of Jessie Liu on the beach talking to Tomoka Fukuda. And earlier, Jessie Liu had announced an attempt for a world record. She just didn't have enough gas in the tank, so she got a red card for a blackout, but she's okay, and she's probably going to rest up and decide what she's going to do next. And Tomoka made a wise decision. She did an early turn because she had water coming into her nose clip. She didn't have it securely fastened and just wasn't feeling right, so she turned on her 100-meter attempt and is going to save the dive for another day.
Yeah, and so equipment failure is something that's always a hard one to swallow, but at least Tomoka had the recognition that it wasn't safe to continue with her dive. And then Jessie Liu, obviously, with a superhuman-esque performance earlier this morning. Pretty severe blackout underwater, but she's obviously bounced back really quickly, and we're hoping to see some big things from the Chinese athlete who's currently living in Hawaii.
And next on the line, I believe we have another athlete from Hawaii, and it looks like, is
Kristen
that
Kuba.
Kristen? Yeah, so Kristen is also from Hawaii. It's nice to have a whole contingency here from the United States, and in particular the Aloha State. And this is Kristen's first time at Vertical Blue, but she's no stranger to depth diving and does a lot of it in Hawaii.
Yep, diving with the Honau Now Divers Club every Sunday. So if any of you guys are out there listening, shout out to you guys. Aloha to everyone. Looking forward to seeing Leo Moroka dive later this week, one of the founders of the Honau Now Divers Club, the Sunday group. So if you ever make it to Big Island and you're ever there on Sunday, get yourself down to Honau Now. A great group of divers. They all meet up, they do some diving, and then there's potluck dinner afterwards. There's some really good friends down there, some really cool individuals. And the diving at Honau Now is second to none.
And a cool fact about Leo is he and Simon Bennett, along with, of course, William Trubridge, are three of the originals. They were here for the first Vertical Blue back in 2008, and here we are at the 10th anniversary. Much different. The diving is the same, but we've got a lot more fanfare.
Yeah. Leo Moroka, not only a founding member of the Honau Now Divers Club with Annabelle Edwards, but also one of the founding members of the Vertical Blue freediving competition as well. One of the first people to come down here and check out the Blue Hole in Long Island. And you can see in the background there one of the divers warming up. That was actually the competition platform back in the day. And so now we have a much more improved platform, which lends itself to strong performances in free immersion where you're pulling up and you have a heavy weight to pull against. But yeah, the retired competition platform has now become the training platform in the background.
We're reusing and recycling everything. Also on the main platform right now, we're going to get a little quieter as it's in the 2-minute window of Kristen's dive, but Lena Balta is going to be diving soon as well. And we've got Adam Sellers of Australia at the back of the platform. They're coming up in the queue.
And you can really see how close the action is to the beach here at Dean's Blue Hole. That's us with the Sunto Dive and the OriginECN logo banners, broadcasting live here from Diveye. And then that's the main competition platform. So you're literally less than 10 meters from the competition line standing on the shallows in the beach. It's a pretty spectacular place to practice your depth diving. So if you ever get the chance, check out Vertical Blue on Facebook, on the internet. Will and Dean offer some fantastic courses down here in the Bahamas for you guys to come down and really improve your depth diving.
And getting ready for Kristen to go into her constant weight attempt. She's being coached by Daniel, who had a super strong dive to 102, but I think the nerves got the better of him.
Yeah, Daniel, admittedly a nervous diver, trying to break Kurt Chambers' long-standing 101-meter U.S. national record in constant weight. Kurt also owns the free immersion national record in the United States. And Daniel Koval certainly here in Hawaii, trying to make a push at maybe trying to snatch some of those national records away from Kurt. So we'll see if he can control those nerves here over the week and make a push for some national records. Kristen Kuba, his girlfriend, a fantastic diver in her own right, originally from Oahu, living in Honolulu. She's made a huge amount of progress in recent years, and now we're doing a dive to 75 meters in constant weight, which is only about 8 meters off the pace for the U.S. national record. So it'll be interesting to see if she can progress throughout the week and maybe give Shelby Eisenberg a little bit of a run for her money with the U.S. national record in constant weight. She drops the arms at 30 meters and starts to sink. Dives right on time, looking good, meter per second, free fall, very fast.
She looks nice and relaxed. And I just might add that Shelby Eisenberg is also living in Hawaii. So there's something magic happening in Hawaii.
Well, Hawaii, we have the warmest water. We have very good conditions year-round. Now offers terrific conditions up to 75 meters quite comfortably. We're having our first major competition, which is a CMAS competition, coming up at the end of August. So any divers out there looking to get in the competition in the United States, check that out. Can sign up online, but water temperature is always very warm.
And here's Kristen at the candy cane, and
she just gives it a wave. But good sense of humor by the Hawaiian diver.
Not quite, just a little shy. So we've got judgment to say maybe it's an ears thing.
Guaranteed an ear thing if she turned like that. It wouldn't be a breath hold thing. She could make the dive no problem. It's only 1 more meter, so yeah. Kristen turning a little early due to equalization. But hopefully she can make a safe return to the surface, save a little bit of energy, and get back here and get that 75-meter dive in on her next attempt.
Yeah, and you know, it just shows good judgment even when you're that close, if you're not feeling it, you can save it for another day.
Never worth pushing your ears in competition. I mean, I think that would be sort of the golden rule for the majority of these guys and ladies, in that equalization, if it's not there, that's pretty the biggest reason why you would always turn around. The breath hold, the discomfort of the dive generally isn't a factor that would turn most of these athletes. It's just equalization would be the major reason for turning on a dive like that.
And lots of fins and feet, and here, she's a little LMC, just a little one. And you notice the safeties are right there. She's fine. So probably more nerves.
Definitely some nerves, but it's all right. Kristen's got plenty more in the tank. She's got a good sense of humor. That little wave to the plate. Safety divers were there.
Yeah, great.
She's going to bounce back and make some great dives this week. I know it.
So the OriginECN Vertical Blue safety team, some of the best safety divers in the world. They've done all sorts of competitions all over. They come here and they do very intensive training, both in terms of in-water safety, but also with the medics. And one of the requirements to be a safety here is to be able to, at the drop of a hat, perform without hesitation or any issue 40-meter dives, and to rescue an injured diver, it's simulated of course, at 30 meters by yourself throughout the whole process of a rescue. And I witnessed all of them doing that over the course of the last few days over the weekend. So it's a testament to how much they care about creating the perfect atmosphere for all of these athletes. And next on the line, we've got Lena Jovanovic Balta, and she used to live in Southern California, but she's going to be somewhat of a nomad now. And she's getting her, I'm not sure what the correct nomenclature is, but I believe it's like a master license in sailing, and she's going to sail around the world.
Awesome, yeah. I know she was doing something for Hilton as a sales manager, and that allowed her to have some free time to practice her diving And yeah, Lena, a terrific diver. She's going to be attempting a 75-meter constant weight dive as well. A little bit longer dive time announced than what Kristen Kuba had. Lena's had a little bit of not injury, but a little bit of sickness. She's been here on Long Island for a little bit, so she expressed to me she's not feeling in 100% top form. But we're hoping that she can kind of pull throughout the week and then really start to make some bigger dives as the week goes on and hopefully feel a little better health-wise.
And she loves freediving. Lena actually has a challenge with an autoimmune disease as well, and she perseveres and she trains when she can, when her health allows her to. So it really means a lot to her to be here. It's one of her favorite things to do, obviously, in addition to the sailing.
Yeah, I mean, I would think all of these divers, their favorite thing to do is freediving. Obviously, in their spare time, a lot of these individuals get out and do some spearfishing, and we see a lot of really high-end cameras here at these freediving competitions, taking lots of cool pictures of the wildlife, of each other. So yeah, it's definitely a passion that freedivers share for the ocean and connecting with it.
And so we're panning over to the beach, and it looks like Thibaut and Elise and Remy are having hugs and celebrating Elise's white card. And we're talking about photography. Daan Verhoeven is one of our longtime phenomenal freediving photographers, and joining us for the first time this year is Alex St. Jean. And he used to live in Roatan, but he is Canadian, and he is going to be doing a really cool project with Carlos Correa in Colombia, where they're going to be teaching kids how to freedive, kids who otherwise wouldn't have access to the training or the equipment. So you guys should definitely check out what Carlos and Alex are doing for kids. It's great to get more people into the water.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really cool program. We try to do similar things through my company, Freedive Hawaii, back on Maui, giving back to the community, introducing the younger kids to the sport of freediving, teaching them how to dive more effectively, more safely. And that's really what's going to help the sport grow, is just introducing this to people at a younger and younger age. I'm trying to kind of defy the myth that freediving isn't for everyone, and that also that it's a somewhat dangerous sport. I don't think it's really any more dangerous than snow skiing or snowboarding, probably much less so in a lot of ways.
So Lena is wearing her dive gauge on her neck plate, close to her ears, so she can hear the signals, I'm sure. And 1 minute and 30 seconds to go before Lena gets to attempt 75 meters constant weight.
So Lena breathes up in the vertical position, which is a unique position to breathe up in. You'll see one other athlete throughout the competition utilizing this breathe up position as well, no flotation devices, and that's Alexei Molchanov. Now, this position for the breathe up is much more versatile, meaning that anywhere you go in the world, you can utilize this breathe up position. However, it takes a different level of mental concentration to be able to relax in this position. So I find that the majority of freedivers utilize some form of flotation, whether it be sort of the airplane neck brace or the pool noodle, which seems to be the weapon of choice for most of these athletes to breathe up on.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, and Lena's going to go. Hanako Hiroshi of Japan and Sayuri also breathe up vertically, so it's really a matter of personal preference. 20 seconds. Come on, Lena.
10 seconds.
And the announcer in the background is Sam Trubridge.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sam's Will's brother and has been the official voice of Vertical Blue since the beginning.
4,
Lena's taking her packs, and she's off.
Right on time. So Lena, very, very powerful athlete. Very strong swimmer. I had the chance to train with her on the lines the other day, and her technique is very, very strong. We'll see how she does with this 75-meter constant weight attempt.
And she has now brought her arms down so she can be relaxed, and she's just about 30 meters.
30 meters. 30 seconds.
And it looks like Lena, like some of the other athletes, have these little rubber bands on their thighs so that they can stick their thumbs in there so they can just really relax when they are descending.
Yeah, it definitely aids in streamlining for sure to keep the hands in by the sides. Yeah, it just depends on how much attention that you need to put to keep the hands in tight that would take away from your relaxation. So it's kind of finding a balance, and it seems like some of the athletes utilize those bands to kind of facilitate that balance.
Boy, it's so great to see everyone live with this Diveye, and Lena's looking super relaxed. She gives one little
She
kick.
can tell her descent's a little slow, so she gives a couple kicks to speed it up.
And she reaches, nope, not today.
70 meters.
Not today for Lena. She turned early.
60 meters.
And Lena's coming back up, saving for another day like some of the other folks have decided to do.
50 meters.
And look who's here. You know, I hate to do this to you people. I really don't mean to make you listen to my singing, but it is required because there is a special guest. And if I didn't do this, Miguel Lozano of Spain would be really mad at me.
30 meters.
So here goes. Samo, 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 Samo. Welcome, Samo. Welcome to the platform. Come on over and have a seat.
So we're watching Lena Balta finish up her ascent. Turned a little early on her 75-meter constant weight attempt. Now she's pulling up the rope, so this will certainly be a red card.
Here she is. Not feeling it. She's okay.
So Lena maybe feeling a couple of the first stage jitters, or hasn't been feeling 100% with her health. Turned a little early. Hopefully she heals up and some strong performances throughout the rest of the competition.
So what we have Samo here. Samo Dranko of Slovenia.
Exactly.
Tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about this wonderful diver, Alenka. She just seems on fire.
Well, she is definitely. I know her probably since she started with freediving. At the beginning, she spent a lot of time in the pool, but probably the same as I did, she discovered deep diving much more interesting, And I remember back in 2015 when we were training together in Croatia, she was struggling with 50, 55, and now we can see her doing comfortably 100 meters plus, and I think it's just an amazing progress and amazing diver, the way she's doing it.
Yeah, it really speaks to her confidence. I talked with her in the booth earlier, and she seems to be really owning those depths, not just making them. She's really just getting there, feeling comfortable, and knowing that she can do more. So it'll be interesting to see as the comp goes on what else she has in store for us.
And we're being joined, so I'm going to step out, gents, just real quickly. Elise is here, and why don't we
I'll
make
slide
room?
over to make a little bit of room for
Make
Elise
room.
Medulla.
Beautiful white card dive, a big smile.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Samo, a beautiful dive today. Another national record for Slovenia, pushing the envelope a little bit further. How'd everything feel?
Well, to be honest, I really didn't enjoy it. The first day of the competition, a little bit of stress.
Yeah.
Also, the diving that late is not what I usually do. But at the end, I guess I must be happy with the performance and the way I did it. It was not easy, but
Just getting it done.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
I had an issue with my shoulder. I couldn't train this discipline much, so I just wanted to do it on the first day and then to focus on
Other stuff.
on other disciplines.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a good start then.
Exactly.
Yeah, awesome. How was the first day jitters?
Yeah, it was very good. I feel very good sensation, and for me it's a comeback because I stopped competition during 5 years.
Okay.
So it's my comeback, and it's so I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
It's my first time here.
Yep.
Vertical Blue, yes. And I had a good sensation. 78
Yeah.
Strong dive.
meters. Yeah.
Very strong.
And I was so easy. So
Awesome. Yeah, so it's been really awesome to see the rest of the French divers here and talk with them. You guys have such a strong camaraderie.
Yeah.
It must be nice to have that support, yeah?
yeah, it's the French mafia.
Yeah.
That's what
Cool.
I said.
Cool.
It's very, yes, it's powerful. We have a good team.
Yeah. You know, growing up in Hawaii and I always kind of looked up to like the French and the Italian athletes, and it's cool to hear about the rivalry, the friendly rivalry that you guys have between the two countries, and sort of kind of the birthplace of freediving in a lot of ways too, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I to be honest, I was always jealous on the big teams because before Alenka came, it was not so many of us who were diving deep
Yeah.
and going to big international events. And then I arrived there, and there was like huge French team and Italian team, and
Yeah.
I was, oh my God, guys, you have like team
We are
spirit
lucky,
that
yeah.
can really push you.
Yeah, it's
squeeze
awesome
a
in an
little bit extra.
individual support in an individual sport to have that a little bit of team camaraderie to kind of bounce ideas off of, and then just also have the the
Yeah,
people.
it's quite important, yes.
Yeah, cool, right
3
on.
minutes.
So who is next? Adam Stellers.
Yeah, we got Adam Stellers, who's going to be the fastest dive of the event. So can you believe constant weight to 72 meters from the Australian in a dive time of 1 minute and 49 seconds?
He's an ex-swimmer.
Yeah,
He definitely has a good technique and strong legs, and the monofin on his feet. So he's gonna be
a rocket ship.
a rocket, exactly.
So these safety divers better be hustling to keep up with him.
Yeah, they will have some exercise.
And so, Samo, is this your first time in the Vertical Blue?
No, it's my third time.
Third time, okay.
Yeah, I was here in 2013 and 2014.
Awesome. So you took a couple years in between.
Yeah, and then I was doing other things, and now I returned. And to be honest, I love this place. Ever since I came here for the first time,
Yeah.
the conditions are good, the setup is nice.
But
Pretty unique.
I feel it's very strange and difficult for me to get used with dark and hot water. Really, I
Yeah.
just arrived a few days ago, and it's still very strange for me to feel hot water at deep depth. So it was so strange.
Even in Hawaii, where I'm from, the water is much cooler than here, and then also much better the visibility. So
Yeah.
when you go down deeper than 60 meters, it's kind of freaky. They can't see anything. Yeah.
It's so yes, very scary.
So I got a curious question. A lot of the people at home are interested. What do you guys do for a living? Like, what is your profession?
I'm dentist.
You're a dentist?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Right on.
So I moved in Nice in 5 years ago.
Yep.
And I tried to stabilize my work,
Yeah.
and I stopped competition.
Okay, so that was the reason for stopping
Yeah.
to compete. Okay.
And now I am come back, and
All
I
right.
didn't really stop freediving because I just stopped competition. I do some artistic project with
Oh, cool.
running, Beyonce clip video.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Super cool.
I do a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
And
Cool,
that's it.
cool. So you're not only a dentist, but you have this whole artistic side as well.
Yeah.
That's a unique combination. That's really cool.
I love it.
Well, my profession is mechanical engineer,
Okay.
but now for a year and a half I'm professional freediver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean professional, not professional for
As
competing,
professional as you can be.
but teaching freediving and organizing the trainings where I combine swimming and freediving.
4,
Cool. And so here we'll take a break to watch Adam Sellers make this dive here.
plus 1,
The rocket from Australia.
3, 4, 5.
And so having a background in swimming certainly helps in freediving, yeah?
Yeah, I competed in swimming when I was a bit younger,
Australia, constant weight, 72 meters, 1 minute and
and
49 seconds.
I think it's a huge benefit.
Yeah. And so you competed in Slovenia on like the national level, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, awesome. You have the build for it for sure. It looks like you'd be obviously terrific swimmer with your height and long arms and legs.
Maybe.
Beautiful free fall.
40 meters.
So unique too. You see some of the freedivers, they utilize a lot of kicking on the way down, and all the way to 50, 60 meters even. Omar Leuci, and then you see some people starting to free fall quite shallow as well.
Yeah, I'm a lazy girl. I stop. Do some kick at maybe 20.
And then stop and free
Yeah.
fall. Such a nice place to free fall here at Dean's, yeah?
Okay, and Adam made it to the bottom, very good. Oh, that's a rocket. Very high frequency.
Yeah, very high frequency. So do you think that is going to lend itself to success at even deeper depths?
We will see. Maybe he will need to. Maybe he will need to adjust his technique a little bit. But if he just decrease the frequency a little bit,
He has to
he might have a very similar speed, but consume less oxygen. But
And that's what we're trying to find as freedivers, yeah, is that efficiency. It's like, how fast can you go? And he's actually early on his dive time. 10 seconds early. By far, that will be the fastest dive of the event. Amazing. Constant weight, Adam Sellers, in 1 minute and 39 to 72 meters. I don't know if you heard, there was a cool one that Will and Alexi, I think they had a competition to see if they could dive. What was it?
yeah, it was in 2014. They were pushing it, I think, to 60 meters
Yeah.
or to 50. How fast they can do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so what was the result?
I think they went under 1 minute.
1 minute. So 60 meters in under 1 minute. Maybe Adam Sellers could challenge him with that.
Yeah, he definitely has the potential to do that.
Maybe we'll have an award for the fastest diver at the end ceremony. I mean, that's by far the fastest ascent we've seen.
Okay, French Mafia.
Yeah,
He's
no
waiting
worries.
for
Thank
me.
you, Elise. Very nice talking with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, same Samo. Have a great day.
Oh, you can stay. I will go. I will just rest up. You dive tomorrow?
No.
I dive tomorrow, so
Okay,
I
yeah.
want to have a lunch.
Go rest.
Yeah, take care.
Goodbye.
So now in the booth we have Dan Koval,
Hey Ben, how's it
American from Hawaii.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you? And Dan had an attempt at the U.S. national record in constant weight earlier today. Maybe just walk us through that dive. What happened?
Yeah, a little bit nervous when I got here. So I guess they check your O2 and heart rate when you come in at the beginning before your dives.
What was your heart rate?
My heart rate was like 125 or something
man.
like that, and my O2, was fine. But yeah, I think that sort of carried on into my warm-ups and stuff. Had a hard time relaxing, so. But the dive overall went really good on the way down. I was super happy with my equalization, and it was a very comfortable dive. But on the way back up, just because that increase in heart rate, I came pretty close to making the surface, but not quite there.
Not quite there, yeah.
So, but overall, very good dive.
Yeah.
So for the first day.
Almost don't even want him to tell you what your heart rate is when you get your oxygen saturation taken.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, my heart rate is really high.
You just pretend it's low.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully the nerves go away and you'll have a chance to relax and make some nice dives later on in the week.
Yeah, I think so. I can already tell some of it's relieving after the first dive. The first dive is always a tense dive, but yeah. So I want to say hi to everyone back in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So hi Mom, hi Dad. So and I want to thank you all for the support that you have given me along my road in freediving. So I hope all of you guys are watching. So it's cool to be representing Hawaii here along with Kristen. Hopefully she comes up here soon.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of nerves on her dive today too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Our house, I don't know what was with our house. I guess our whole house was a little bit nervous.
A little bit nervous.
So
Yeah, well, hopefully that washes over and. Oh, there we go. And yeah, we'll look forward to some strong performances later on in the week. Maybe another attempt at that same dive.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, cool.
It felt good. So.
Nice. Yeah, we saw Jessie Liu from China, but also residing in Hawaii, take a stab at the world record and free immersion. That was a big announcement, and you know, looks like she bounced back okay. I saw her on the beach earlier, but did you get the chance to watch that performance on the Diveye yet?
I did, and she's such a strong diver, and you know, she has a really strong mind. So yeah, she'll recover. It may take a little bit of time. This is a little bit of a deep blackout, but she's fine now. Like, she's on the beach, enjoying life here in the Bahamas. So. But yeah, she's a very, very strong diver. It's always impressive to watch her dive.
Yeah, certainly a pretty unbelievable place. I mean, even in Hawaii or where you are on Big Island in Maui, we have great depth conditions, but nothing quite like this where you can just sort of step off the shore into 200 meters of water with no current. And one thing that I've taken away just on my couple dives is the free fall. It's pretty unreal, yeah?
Yeah, it's amazing here. So back on Big Island, we sort of missed the depth. Like, we got a lot of depth, but not quite enough. So here you got however much depth you want. So it's amazing.
Pretty much, yeah. Except unless you're Herbert Nitsch and you got the sled, I think you're pretty much all set here at Dean's Blue Hole as far as depth goes. And yeah, so Honau now, if you guys don't know, in Kona, a fantastic place for freediving. Dolphins, whales in the winter time, tons of marine life, and then you have the Honau Now Divers Club, which meets every Sunday. They do a potluck after the diving, and Leo Marocco was sort of the founder of that with Annabelle Edwards, and I know that Dan has a big involvement with that now. He's down there every Sunday diving, but yeah, maybe you could tell people what that's sort of like.
Yeah, it's just a great group of freedivers who we all share the same passion, and we just want to go out and love the ocean and do some deep dives and have fun. And it's really cool to listen to all the stories that Leo has to tell, as he's been around in the freediving community for such a long time. So it's really cool to listen to these stories that he has about some of the older divers. So
totally, he was in the first competition here at Vertical Blue. Yeah, pretty unique. And then, you know, if you're in the Kona area or you're in Hawaii, there's also some fantastic freediving instruction. Dan runs a school of deep freediving, so they teach classes at Honau Now Bay as well. So that's something that would be worth looking into if you guys want to make the trip to Hawaii. Check out some whales, check out some dolphins, and then learn how to get down there and safely interact with them as well. Yep. Cool, we got our next diver up.
Simon.
Yep, Simon Bennett from Chile. He's going to do a free immersion dive to 70 meters. So Simon, a fantastic diver from Chile, likes to do a lot of spearfishing as well.
And Simon's also one of the OGs of Vertical Blue. He was here in the 2008, the first year of the comp, and definitely someone who a lot of folks have looked to over the years for guidance and advice.
Yeah, I've been asking him some questions on where to go spearfish. I got my first couple Nassau grouper yesterday on the pole spear. It's quite an experience, but Simon's advice definitely paid off on the where to go.
Simon will be taking his final packs to make his entry, and this is his first dive, first day, chapter 1 of Vertical Blue.
And so how many times do you pack, Dan?
I actually just go by feel. I don't have a set number. I just feel it out. So it depends on each dive.
And so you're packing to sort of the point where you feel comfortable, or are you packing?
Yeah, just till I feel comfortable. So this year I've implemented a little bit more packing than usual.
Okay.
Most of my dives in Hawaii I don't practice packing.
Okay.
So but yeah, it seems like it's helping, and dives have been going really good so far.
Cool.
So Simon is just pulling down and gliding. So this discipline free immersion, the divers are using the line, and they don't need to worry about pulling, coming or going, because they're pulling anyway. So it's the one discipline where you don't have to worry about that penalty. When you are doing no fins or you're doing constant weight, you're only allowed one pull off the bottom in the candy cane, and and if you have more poles outside of the canted cane, you will get penalized.
So in essence, in free immersion, pulling on the rope is the only discipline where you can actually pull on the rope and not get penalized.
And he's looking really nice in his sink phase here, looking really relaxed.
Yeah.
So he's getting close, 10 more meters to go. He's almost there.
Yep.
150 meters.
Simon Bennett touching down at 70 meters, grabs the tag, and starts his ascent towards the surface.
130. 60 meters.
Simon looking strong.
145.
Simon is very comfortable in the water in general. He does a lot of spearfishing off the coast of Chile, which, as a freediver from Northern California, we all know what it's like to be in cold, dark, murky, wavy water, and so does
40
Simon.
meters.
And we've been joined in the broadcast booth by the lovely Kristen. So after Simon's dive is over, we'll chat with her a little about her first vertical blue dive.
Second safety. 20 meters.
Simon's looking great on this ascent, looks very strong.
And for those of you watching, you can see that as the divers ascend, there seems to be a lip. There's actually a big lip around the hole at about 20 meters, and then the hole gets narrower under that.
So Simon breaks the surface, big hook breath, removes the nose clip, removes the goggles, and gives the okay. Pretty much flawless surface protocol by Simon Bennett from Chile. 70 meters, free immersion, waiting for his white card.
And it's a white card.
Yeah, great dive by Simon. Very controlled.
Simone. So while we have Kristen here, welcome. Welcome to OriginECN Vertical Blue. It's your first time.
Yes.
Welcome to the booth.
Thank you.
I'm surrounded by people from Hawaii. What a lucky person I am.
Yeah.
So tell us how your experience has been so far.
It's been really good so far, but I guess just the nerves today and first day, so yeah, just trying to have fun as much as possible.
We saw you give the plate a little wave today. You pulled up a little bit short on your dive. Was that a equalization issue, or?
Yeah, it was just equalization. I just didn't want to push any more than what I could have, so
That's a smart decision.
Yeah, I just felt like I just wanted to turn and came up, and next thing I know, I was doing a little dance.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yes, samba.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely a classy move just to wave at the plate. I like that. That was awesome. That was a good sense of humor that you didn't make it, and I think a good decision to not stress your ears early on in the competition. So I think you're definitely going to make that depth later this week.
I have no doubt you're going to make it also.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite discipline, Kristen?
It used to be free immersion, but lately it's been constant weight. Actually, I really like doing constant weight with bifins. I might give that a try later in the competition, but we'll see. I've been having fun with the monofin too, so just usually either constant weight or free immersion.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So we've been asking a lot of people, so I have to ask you, what did you have for breakfast?
I had 2 pieces of like whole grain toast, and yeah, I usually just eat toast for breakfast before I dive. It's just quick and easy to digest, so I think it's good for me to have that.
Have a little energy.
Yeah.
So next up to dive, we have Andrew Kvetch from the Ukraine. He's going to be doing a 66 meter no fins dive, and this is going to be a national record for Ukraine. So it's pretty big performance from the Ukrainian.
And he's also wearing one of the golden Molchanov suits. Seen a lot of beautiful suits here, made by Alexei's family's brand.
I thought only Alexei was allowed to wear the gold suit.
This one is a little lighter gold. I would almost call
Okay.
it champagne.
Okay. Alexi keeps the real gold for himself.
And then after, we've got Claire Paris from the United States laying on the platform, getting ready for her dive. And the last diver of the day is going to be Bianca Kim of Korea. And Bianca has gotten some miles under her wings. She was here, and then she went to a competition in Greece, and she's come back, so we're thrilled to have her here. Freediving takes you all over the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Kristen, you've been competing a lot lately.
Yeah, I guess so. I just try to get as much practice in as I can. I just
Yeah.
love doing it, so why not?
Yeah, that's awesome. You made some big strides in like a short time with your freediving. It seems like not too long ago you were just kind of getting into the sport, yeah?
Yeah, I think I just started competing from last year. So,
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And did you have a background in like freediving beforehand, or?
Not too much. I started spearfishing first, but
Okay, cool.
only 3 years ago I started. So
I've been seeing more and more girls in Hawaii get into not only freediving but spearfishing too. It's really cool to see.
yeah, there's a lot of women, a lot of strong women in Hawaii too. Yeah, it's great to see a lot of like females starting to really push it in the sport. It's really inspiring.
Yeah, the women are definitely kicking butt and taking names, so it's exciting to see. One little personal anecdote, I always think this is the coolest thing. You know, you meet people everywhere, you meet them all over. You usually meet them on land. The very first time I met Kristen was in Hona now, in the water.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
here we are again, in the water.
Yeah, definitely in the freediving courses that I teach, and then like I know you and Daniel teaching freediving courses, you're seeing a lot more female participants in the classes versus the old crusty spear fishermen that are trying to learn to get more bottom time and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see the more females in the sport.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And I don't teach, but like I see Daniel teach his courses, and I see like the growth of like just how many females are just taking the courses now. It's crazy. Like almost whole courses full of women now. So
Yeah.
So if you're just tuning in, we're back here at OriginECN Vertical Blue, and we're in the last dive session of the day. We have about 3 more divers, and I'm here in the booth with Kristen and Benjamin from Hawaii, and we're about to see Andrew attempt
66-meter constant no fins attempt, national record for Ukraine. This will be our last national record attempt for the day. We've had 11 national record attempts today. A couple of them successful. The deepest of which was Omar Leucci from Italy with a 116-meter constant weight performance. Fantastic performance by the Italian.
Yeah, amazing performance by the Italian. We had a lot of sort of activity on the platform before that. We had a delay, and Omar still managed to power through. So bravo, Omar. Our hats off to you. And now we're hoping for another white card and another national record from the Ukrainian.
20 seconds.
So Kristen, what do you like to do when you're not freediving?
play with my cat.
Play with your cats? Awesome. How many cats do you have?
I just have one.
Just one? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the cat's name?
Hero.
Hero?
Oh, hi, Hero.
5,
Cool. And did you grow up on Oahu?
2,
Yeah, I was born and raised there.
Awesome,
so.
yeah.
That's 1, 2.
That's an island I haven't spent too much time on, but it's definitely a cool place for sure. I love the food over there.
Yeah.
And here goes Andrew.
Constant weight, no fins, 66 meters, 2 minutes and 45 seconds, national record attempt.
So definitely the most physically demanding discipline in the sport of freediving. A lot of freedivers shy away from this discipline, but first day we've seen some big performances already. Alexei Molchanov, 92 meters. Certainly will protest the results of his red card. And then we have Dean Schausch with a fantastic dive to 80 meters, and Samo Jurenko with a 78-meter national record for Slovenia. So we're going to see another national record attempt here from Andrew Kvetch. And let's see if he can make it to the bottom.
Now he's in his sink face. He's looking comfortable. He's at ease. He's He's resting because the work will begin after he reaches the plate. He seems to be using his hand as a rudder.
50 meters.
Just about 10 more meters to go.
And so it's interesting that some athletes let the rope slide by like a portion of their body under their arm or by their nose, and then some athletes actually drift off the rope, which is much quicker. And you can see
Here he is in
Andrew
the candy cane, below the plate, got
grabbing
the
it.
tag, tucking it into his hood. And now comes the training and the dedication to make the way back up.
Yeah, these are all the laps in the pool that nobody wants to do. This is what gets you back to the surface. So if you're going to have strong no fins performances, the only way to do it is through repetition. So shallow tables at depth or shallow tables in the pool. Torturous training, really. But the Ukrainian's looking strong, 45 meters. This is where you really start to pick up the pace, get a little bit of glide in your strokes.
40 meters.
And then once you connect with the safety divers here at 30 meters, you know it's home free.
The wind seems to have subsided here on Long Island. We're at Dean's Blue Hole in the Bahamas. We are on a family island. Bahamas, you know, they have that saying, it's better in the Bahamas, and I couldn't agree more.
First safety, second safety. All the action from the safety divers is going to be filmed with paralens cameras, so any national and world record attempts will be filmed on these action cameras, color corrective lenses, depth gauges in the cameras, and they can actually make it all the way down to the bottom of Dean's Blue Hole. They're rated for over 200 meters, so pretty spectacular advance in camera technology.
We just used these paralens cameras in Cayman, and they were fantastic.
Andrew about to break the surface. Big hook breath, removes the nose clip, facing the judges, gives the okay signal. Looks like a strong performance from the Ukrainian.
And he has a tag. He's got a smile as well. And the prognosis is white card, new national record.
Yeah, national record for the Ukrainian. Great dive.
Super. So, next diver is going to be Claire Paris of the United States. And Claire is a tenured professor at the University of Miami. She's going to be doing free immersion.
And so we see the entry technique here used by Andrew. And then we also see the retrieval of the tag from the bottom, stuffing it into his hood, making the ascent back to the surface. We'd like to thank Kristen Kuba for joining us in the booth today.
Bye, Kristen. So the platform crew is just preparing equipment and lines for Claire, who will be next. And Claire is the penultimate diver of day one in the first act of OriginECN Vertical Blue 2018. The last diver of the day will be Bianca Kim of Korea. And we want to thank all of our sponsors again. OriginECN, Bahamas, and Sunto, and of course our partners Ada and Paralens.
Yeah, all of which without we couldn't make this event possible. Really nice to have the support of these great companies behind this year's event. Really is what makes this possible. Putting on an event here in the Bahamas, allowing the sport of freediving to grow to all new levels. We have so many 100-meter divers. I don't think there's ever been a collection of 100-meter divers in one place at one time, more than there is right here, right now.
It's pretty incredible, and not just 100-meter divers, but clean, strong females and men. It's really incredible to see what, with dedication and training and a little bit of heart, the human body can do is beyond what anyone ever thought was imaginable. Got a shot of Kristen walking up the beach, and there's a tent there where the athletes check in, and it's also where they check in with our medics, and we have a lung specialist, and we use pulse oximeters to take readings before and after the dives, because we like to collect as much information as possible. Because even though people have been free diving probably for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, competitively it's relatively new, and so the more information we have, the more we can expand and improve upon the sport.
Yeah, and so there's been a lot of different rules implemented by IDA in recent times, and it seems like a lot of them have been in response to an incident that happened with Nick Mavoli several years ago. Those rules obviously affect the athletes' performances in certain ways. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we all want athletes to have safe dives and good dives, and so to the degree that there are ways we can ensure and prevent things, those rule adaptations are actually, they happen since Nick, and they continue to happen. They want people to make sure that they're not getting squeezed. They want to make sure that they have rest days if they're having blackouts. They just want people to take care of themselves. And look, here we are, national record holder, Andrew.
Yeah,
congratulations, welcome.
Thank you so much.
How was your dive?
It was amazing. Yeah, I felt good. Mouthfeel was great. Everything was pretty cool.
Well, you looked great.
Yeah, thank you.
How did it feel? What did you think when you broke the surface?
Oh, first time I saw this light from the Diveye. It was like pretty strong light, and it was like interesting new experience for me. But everything else was just be concentrated, think about what you're doing. That's it.
So we want to know how much money you paid to Alexi
and so
to let you wear this gold suit.
Yeah, you can see down here at the bottom in your gold suit making the turn and making the ascent. This is when you first see those safety divers. I mean, that's got to put a lot of confidence back in you, and obviously a really clean surface protocol.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it felt amazing. Yeah, thank you so much everyone who support me. Thank you for my fans and my family and everyone.
Yeah, and so who is Diveye?
Diveye, it's my company in Hawaii, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hawaii, it's a theme.
Yeah, it's a dive shop in Oahu.
Okay.
And it used to be just a scuba diving shop.
Yeah.
And when I will be back to Hawaii, it's going to be a free diving shop as well.
Oh, great. We'll have to connect when I get back.
Sure. And it's my Instagram too. So it's Diveye. It's really popular Instagram.
Okay, so at Diveye is your...
Diveye, yeah.
Awesome.
On Instagram.
So follow at Diveye, and we'll go visit Oahu. And tell us what else you have planned for the comp.
We'll see. No, I won't keep it in secret for now.
But are you focusing on the other disciplines as well?
I focus mostly on the no fins and free immersion.
Okay.
Because actually my monofin was broken.
Oh no.
Like a couple days ago. I fixed it. Maybe I will use it. I don't know. So it's like I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, expensive piece of equipment to lose, huh?
Yeah.
So you're going to be selling equipment at your shop in Oahu?
Sure.
Yeah, awesome. Cool.
Is this your first time to Long Island?
Yeah, it's my very first time, and it's actually the second competition ever. First competition was 1 month ago in the hub, and it was also super good. So now I'm gonna continue it, and I hopefully will have some nice achievements.
Okay. Well, let's have you stay here. Claire Paris of USA is about to begin her dive. She's attempting 60 meters in free immersion. She is wearing a nose clip and no eye equipment.
2, 1. Official top.
Doing some packing.
2, 3, 4, 5. Claire Paris, USA. Free immersion, 60
And she's
meters.
off. So, Andrew, tell us what your approach to packing is.
So I'm trying to pack not too much, just like that amount that I need for this actual dive. And I figured in my training with Carlos Costa that like it should be not more than 10 packings for me. And actually, like I'm trying to reduce it because it might be dangerous in some cases. So that's why packing is better to use less than more. That's what I think.
Yeah.
30 meters.
Claire's now passing 30 meters. She seems to be holding her mouthfeel, and now she's let go, and she's into her sink phase. but she's still pulling a little on the line with one hand.
So not quite as relaxed as the other athletes in this discipline. Using her arm to guide her down as well as the lanyard. You can see Claire chose to go with a minimalist wetsuit. Very warm here in the Bahamas. Andrew, how thick is your wetsuit?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's 1.5 mil.
1.5. That seems to be the go-to for the competition, yeah.
And she's just 3 meters away. Candy Cane, here she is at the bottom, grabbing a tag. And now the way back up. Looking good. Go Claire.
130.
So I was saying earlier, Claire is a professor at the University of Miami, and she does a lot of testing of information here on the larvae of fish. So she's a biologist in oceanography, and she also trains a lot of master's students. But you will often see Claire here, not training, but conducting her science, and she has all these crazy contraptions that we'll have to get her to tell us about when she comes to the booth.
30 meters, first safety.
Steady pulls, gliding up.
Second safety. 20 meters, 215.
Claire and her husband Ricardo run a comp in Miami called the South Florida Apnea Challenge, and that usually happens twice a year. So for folks in the States who are trying to find a pool comp, it's a good place to visit. And here comes Claire, breaking the surface. She looks good. She's got her tag, signals. She took her nose clip off before she surfaced, so she didn't have to deal with it. And she looks like she's smiling. Super relaxed, happy dive. And now we just wait for the judges.
And usually taking the nose clip off underwater is a good sign that the diver's probably going to make it no problem at the surface.
Good job by Claire. White card. It's always nice to start a competition with a white card, don't you think, Andrew?
Of course.
So, one more diver today. And
Yeah, last dive of the day, Bianca Kim from Korea, doing a 40-meter free immersion dive and a dive time, estimated dive time of 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks,
Yeah, no
Andrew.
problem. Thank you, Andrew.
We'll see you in the blue.
tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
see you tomorrow.
Great dive today.
It's really amazing to see, you know, folks, this is his second comp, and they're just doing so well. It's the perfect setting, Dean's Blue Hole, no current, as deep as you want. The sun is out, the wind has stopped. And
Yeah, conditions don't really get any better for deep freediving. You know, some of the athletes, a little bit about the lighting, you know, getting dark at depth, but, you know, realistically, most of the deep divers have their eyes closed. They're partially closed at depth, and with the assistance of the torch on their head, which a lot of these athletes are using, doesn't seem to be a big issue in terms of limited sight. I think all of the other factors combine to really make it just unparalleled in terms of being able to hit the types of depths that you would, you know, be personal best for everybody at this event.
So looks like Tomoka is going to coach Bianca, and she's being silly. She's got cat ears on, a little bit of fun. It's the last dive of the day. It's been a long day of diving. It's almost 2:30. We've been diving since 9 o'clock. And I hope you're following all the action on all the social channels as well. Hashtag V like Victor, vertical, B like blue, 2018. That's hashtag VB 2018. And here are some of the standings from day one in the third session. We had a national record from Anna von Botiker of Germany, and we had a national record from Samo Jarenko of Slovenia, and we just mentioned Andrew's national record from the Ukraine. And only one red card, which we like to see. The fewer red cards we all see, the happier we are.
Yep, and just 2 yellow cards, Elena Balta and Anna von Boticher. So a couple little technicalities that caused them to come up short on their dive, but I'm sure they'll be back to try another performance in the same discipline later this week, so hopefully they can get their white card.
And it's going to be a fantastic week of competing. And I'm really excited about all the female divers. And there is some insane competition potential coming among all these ladies. The 4 deepest women in the world are here, and they're putting up fantastic numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. The women's competition is sure to be a highlight of this year's event. We have some big performances in store from all of the men, but in terms of closeness of competition, vying for the podium, and then also world record potential, we have a lot of women divers that could, shake up the pot, so to speak.
And we're thrilled to have you here with us, courtesy of Diveye, and keep tuning in. We're also going to be having some videos that you can see on YouTube after the live feed, and that is VB Freediving on YouTube. That's V like vertical, B like blue, Freediving on YouTube. And we'll probably have some photos as well, so stay tuned to all the different channels that we have so you can see some of the gorgeous images that are being captured by Daan Verhoeven and Alex St. Jean. And they they're having a bromance. I hate to break it to everybody, but Dan and Alex are having a bromance.
Okay, I wasn't aware of this.
But
yeah, they do take some fantastic photos, so definitely check those guys out on Instagram. I mean, Daan Verhoeven, sort of the freediving photographer in terms of highlighting, freediving competitive disciplines, and then also I take some great marine wildlife footage as well. And same with Alex St. John, so you can check those guys out on Instagram. Really cool photos. I've been fortunate to have Alex take some great photos of my dives this week. And he's been doing the same for all of the other athletes in the competition as well. So last dive of the day, Bianca Kim, Korea, free immersion, 40 meters in an estimated time of 1 minute and 50 seconds. We've got 2 minutes until her dive. You can see the OriginECN logo on the right, the Sunto Dive logo, that's us in the Diveye platform. We've got the Diveye drone going down on every dive, watching these divers, bringing a whole new element to the sport of freediving. So many thanks to the Diveye crew for their logistical support, their technical prowess, and helping to make this event an overwhelming success here in the Bahamas this year.
Yeah, and it's a feat, because even though you may think things are super easy, all this technology and making sure we have internet, if we're ever not around and you're like, where'd they go? Just means we've had a drop in service, but the Diveye team has been really clever and resourceful about keeping us up and keeping us going. And here is Bianca, just relaxing before her dive.
Yeah, the Bahamas is certainly a beautiful place to visit. The diving, the water is all amazing, but we are very much in a very remote location. So yeah, just big ups to the guys at Diveye for being able to get it done and build the infrastructure to make this broadcast happen. Definitely a bunch of things that they had hoops they had to jump through to make this a reality.
30 seconds.
30 seconds for Bianca. She's got her nose clip and goggles on, her Sunto dive watch, and she's got a
20 seconds.
kitty cat pillow. It's a theme. Kristen's favorite thing is her cat, kitty cat pillows. It's just like the internet. Cats.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Official top. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She takes a couple of packs, and Bianca has entered the water.
Korea, free immersion, 40 meters, 1 minute and 50 seconds.
So Bianca's Korean name is Sunyoung, but she likes to go by Bianca Kim. So if you want to follow her on Instagram and see all the places she's diving, it's at Bianca Kim. And we have 23 different countries represented here at OriginECN Vertical Blue 2018.
Yep,
and I
46
think that's really
athletes.
cool.
46 different athletes from all around the world. Really cool to see freediving becoming a global sport.
and we're thrilled to bring it to you live. And now Bianca is down at the plate, below the plate. She doesn't realize where she is, but she's getting a couple extra meters. She's grabbing the tag, and she's on her way back up.
And so we saw a similar thing happen to Jessie Lou, but at 93 meters today. So you can see how grabbing that tag is really giving divers a little bit of a challenge at the bottom, an additional challenge in conjunction with making the dives. So first safety diver.
And the second safety, Louisa Collins. And the first safety is Alex Limas. And we can see one of our photographers in the background.
And she does a little no friends practice stroke at the surface.
She likes no fins, actually.
Yeah.
And here's Bianca. And she's smiling. You can see the tag hanging out of her hood. You can see the safety divers smiling at her as well.
Great way to start. Great way to start the competition for Bianca.
She's either happy that the dive is done, or she's giggling because she went below the plate.
I think she gets extra points for that.
Yeah, white card for Bianca. Fantastic. Great way. Hugs from Tomoka Fukuda, her coach and her friends. And it's nice to end the day on a white card. We started on a white card from Stig Prieds of Denmark, 100-meter constant weight dive, and we end with Bianca Kim, 40 meters. Free immersion. You can see her making her entrance now, and there she is, visiting below the plate and then coming back to get her tag. Happy end to a very busy day, and I can hear her saying she's so happy, and we're happy for her as well.
Yep.
So it's been a lot of diving. It's been a lot of excitement. Tune back in with Benjamin tomorrow. We'll be the same time, same bat channel, same bat station, facebook.com/Vertical Blue. And we look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Send us your questions and stay tuned.
Yeah, another great day in store tomorrow, 9 a.m. broadcast, Eastern Standard Time. Here from the OriginECN Vertical Blue Freediving Championships, live in the Bahamas via Diveye. You can see the platform from an underwater view with the competition area roped off. We're looking forward to some fantastic performances tomorrow. Check the website for live updates, and I'm sure we'll have another great day of diving in store for you tomorrow. Until then, aloha.
Ciao, ci vediamo presto.
Yeah. Me too.